We're back in studio with the guy everyone in the hockey world is watching right now, Quinton Byfield. Quinton, it's great to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Last season we chatted with you. We set up at the rink. This year we are in studio. Basically the only difference is less background noise. So let's get right into this. I want to talk about the immense pressure that you find yourself under with being a top-ranked draft pick coming into the upcoming draft. But what I really want to talk about in particular is that people in the hockey world, I think, often forget that you are only 17 years old. I think back to when I was 17, I was headed off to university with not a clue in the world what I wanted to do. For you at 17, everything you've been working towards since you laced him up for the first time is taking shape in front of your eyes. For you, pressure aside from the outside world looking in, how do you manage to stay loose, live in the moment, and take in what's happening around you?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, I just try not to think about it too much. I try to just let loose, hang with all the boys on my team. We're still like young kids who live an everyday life. We go to school and everything, so I definitely have homework that keeps me busy, keeps my mind off it, and just watch a lot of movies with them. We go out, watch movies, watch hockey games. Really just try to keep my mind off that stuff.
So one of my favorite interviews last season was post-game with you, and we were chatting about what your post-game ritual is, and I think it was the most honest interview I've ever had. Yeah. I have it on good authority that McDonald's runs are still happening. Yeah. What I want to know is, what would Gary Roberts have to say? Oh,
he'd definitely be disappointed with me. I can say that for sure, but I really tried changing my eating habits here. That's what he strives on, nutrition, so I think I'm getting better over that, but I still go there a couple times, so I'm just trying to get better and better each day.
So you did spend some time training with Gary and his team over the summer. Was this your first time with him, and what made you opt into his renowned training program?
Yeah, well, from SAC, St. Andrews College there, that's where the facility is. It's only like 10 minutes from my house, so it's just a perfect opportunity to train with like all the best players there. You know, you guys see like Connor McDavid's, all those guys who work out there. So I think it's just the best opportunity for me. It's been my third year there, and I really enjoy it. I think he's just a really good trainer as well.
Coming into this season, there were definitely some high expectations for the Wolves. From your vantage point, do you feel like you and the Wolves are where you wanted to be at this point?
I think we've been doing pretty well as of late. You know, I think we're top seed in our conference right now, so that's definitely somewhere we want to be. We're just trying to improve off last season. We had a really good turnaround there with Uko there. He's just an exceptional goalie. So I think we're just trying to keep building off of that, and expectations come as each season keeps going.
So we've got about a month of play left before the first half of the season is in the books. You've definitely been playing your game, turning heads, and potentially having your name on the back of a Team Canada jersey at the World Juniors. In the hockey world, there really isn't anything much better than donning your country's colors. If the Canada-Russia CIBC series was one of the last times to impress in front of Dale Hunter and crew, with a player of the game honors during the Thursday night game, you seem to leave all out on the line there. Growing up, I'm sure we had similar stories where Boxing Day, it was hockey time and nothing else in the world mattered. You've been on the side where you're watching. What would it mean for you to play on the world stage and represent Canada?
Oh, definitely be a dream come true, like every other player who throws on that jersey. No, I've watched all the World Juniors as a little kid, and just being in their shoes would just be unbelievable. You know, there's all the little kids looking up to you. I'm hoping that they can be in your shoes one day. So it'd just be a great opportunity so that I can play with like all the elite players around the world and just show my talents there as well.
I think that's such a human aspect to the game, right? That it's often forgotten about, where, you know, growing up, you have those same experiences and you looked up to those players that were playing in the World Juniors, and now there's just a whole bunch of little kids at home that are waiting to, you know, to gravitate towards that one player, which, you know, in this case could be you, and that impact that you could have on somebody growing up. And what does that mean to you?
It's definitely something special, you know. Like, I looked up to a lot of hockey players, and when I was a little bit little, I still do. So just having people look up to me would just be amazing, you know. That means you're doing something right. You're just being a good role model as well. Like, off the ice, you want kids to you want to lead kids by example, what to do and everything. So definitely just be really special with kids looking up to you.
So going into this season, I want to talk about how your game is evolving. In a fast-paced game, you've managed to slow the game down for yourself to make incredible play after incredible play. I need to know, is it Shane Bulicka's tape job or is it the view of the game that you have?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. He tapes my stick every game there. I think he said, I don't know where he started. I think he said it was just as a joke, but then I started to like it. So, and then it was pretty hot off the start, so I just kept it. But yeah, no, he does a good tape job for me for sure. But definitely just training with Gary Roberts as well really gave me, in the first year under my belt, gave me the extra confidence to hold on to the puck. I trained a lot this summer as my skating, and I think that's improved. So I'm definitely just trying to change my game for the better and make the next step.
So I feel like one of the biggest jumps in your game has been the defensive side of your game, which I feel has resulted in more offensive chances for you because of the strong defensive play. Coming into this season, was this something that you were wanting to evolve, that side of your game, knowing that offensively there's no question the talent is there, defensively there may have been just a few things to tweak?
Yeah, for sure. Coming into the league last year, as my rookie season, I wasn't too great defensively, so Corey really took me under his wing, guided me with all that. So I'm just trying to keep watching video of myself. He keeps showing me videos, just little details that I can improve on. So I think I really took that into a task this summer to work on and train. So I think me and Bulicka and Levin right now, our line, we're pretty good defensive guys, two-way players, and we still get our scoring chances.
So you've got a new assistant coach behind the bench in Ron Burgundy. I mean, yeah. Zach Stortini. He had the red jacket on last week. It was perfect, that stash he's got going for Movember. All kidding aside, Storts has got to be one of the nicest guys in the game. He's just a really solid guy. Getting to learn from him as well as Moxie and Stillman, what's been the single most influential piece of advice that they've shared with you?
Well, I think Storts, as you said, he's just I think he's the nicest guy in the world, honestly. He's just so nice and kind to everyone, just spreads positivity every day. So something to look forward to going to after a long day at school, going to practice. Just have that guy in the room is definitely something you look forward to. And he wasn't the nicest guy on the ice when he was playing. He's one of the tougher guys. So it was kind of shocking for me when I met him that he was like that. But I think that's definitely positive thing there. And Corey Stillman, he's been great to me. He's really helped my game, as I said, just proving my defensive game, my all-around game. He's really took his time with me, so I'm just very appreciative of all that.
I think with Stillman too, if you look at his playing career, every opportunity where he was brought in somewhere, it was always to help those younger guys develop. And I think he's having that same opportunity to do that here and now in the role that he plays as head coach. So in an effort to finish this interview off on a lighter note, this month I've been promoting Movember. Someone who is not participating in Movember is this guy, but I'm about to give him a way to contribute. So for every goal scored this weekend by you, I will donate $20 to Shane Bulicka's Movember feat. Ooh. Every assist counts for $10, and you get to pick who the money goes to, and it better be somebody that can grow stash, because I went and looked, and I'm like, okay, some of you guys can.
Yeah, no, I can't. I know I can't grow one, so I've tried.
So who's it going to be that gets the money from the assists this weekend?
I don't know there. Probably Bully. He'll give me the assist.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Quinton Byfield, we will have more Lace Him Up in just a minute. I have a feeling this might be a very expensive weekend for myself. So, I am sorry, Jeff. I just blew the Christmas budget. Don't change the channel. You might miss something.